Um, I'm a bit confused. I thought where they continue the budget from the year before, was a really bad and evil thing. Now it's a good thing because Trump is going to pass a CR. Well, if there is all that fraud and abuse in the last one, aren't you just continuing it into this one then? Because you're still agreeing to fund all. Oh, wait, you're just going to ignore Congress and not fund it and then ignore the courts. King. He said he was going to be a dictator on day one. And people in this country were dumb enough to want that. And apparently a lot of them still are. It's sad because they've obviously never read the Constitution or history, how we got here, how we completely rejected the idea of a king and we made our government really kind of difficult in lots of overlapping layers. That way we could actually watchdog everybody to make sure no one got too much power because we were so leery and nervous of that. In fact, our first attempt at governance really fell flat on its face because we completely devoided any central power. There was no government to speak of. There was just simply 11 individual states that loosely associated with each other. That was the articles that we started with. And the people who are travelers, who they don't drive, they travel, those are the people who still follow that. And under that, there was no federal government. Well, I mean, there was, but it was very small, it had no power. It couldn't levy or collect taxes. It just was completely powerless. And our founding fathers realized, well, that's not good. So we need to have a centralized federal government with power, but we don't want them to have too much power. So we're going to put in a Congress that oversees them, and then we're going to put in courts that oversee them. And we're going to make sure everyone can oversee each other one, and they all overlap each other so that no one is ever fully in charge. You see, that's part of that social studies that you guys don't want us to learn anymore. We never wanted a king. We never wanted a central ruler. This is not allowed by any semblance of what the founding fathers ever wanted for this country. Never was it intended for one man to walk in and decide to lay down his dick like this. Ever was it meant to happen. And it shows the absolute ignorance and lack of any reasonable education into how our government functions and works, that you think any president should walk in and be able to just completely dismantle the government the way Trump is. Hold on, let me get up for just a second. I want to show you guys something. I've showed it to you before, but apparently we need to see it again. And yeah, it was just within that much reach. This actually wasn't really planned. But yet, here it is again. My copy of the Constitution comes in this little... Keep it nice and protected. That's why the cover's still so pretty. This one has the Constitution of the United States, Declaration of Independence, and the Articles of Confederation that we started with, so that you can see how very much we never wanted to have a centralized power like this. How it is an anthem and truly against everything we've ever believed in. You guys have believed someone tell you what the Second Amendment is and then never even bothered to look at the whole damn sentence and then just called that a day. You don't even understand how freedom of speech works. For the love of God, read the fucking thing.